Hello everyone, my name's Thugrock and today we're going to do an advanced tanking demonstration for Fistful of Silver level 18. This is going to be an advanced tanking demonstration, so the pulls are going to be larger and more complex than normal so that you can have a bit more fun and maybe show off a little bit and really enjoy tanking. So for my armor passives, I've got CC duration, cooldown reduction on the boots, standard mace. I am using Avalonian mutton sandwiches instead of omelets. And for the boss, I'm bringing a BMS and just my regular skip set. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. First I'm going to ask the map owner, is it okay if we don't skip if we have time? In case he doesn't speak English, I'll phrase that better. Okay, so to start off, you're going to poison that mob, and then you're going to come over here and Q this mob, roll past these, helmet back into them, E everything, give it a Q, 3 autos, feeble, 4th auto, snare, Q, get out. After all the silver gatherers die, you can just queue this a few extra times. Oh, he's talking about, okay. So we're just going to pull this next one. Just roll the first auto and E. Auto attack. Pick up the silver gatherers. Queue them. 4th auto and snare. Just keep queuing them. Good jacket. So now we need to pick up this next one. And to keep them grouped, we're actually going to stand over here. I'm going to go get my loot now. So for this next one, we're just going to start off by poisoning this mob, pull both of them all the way up, stun them here, give it a Q, 3 autos, enfeeble, 4th auto, snare, Q, and then actually I start pulling more mobs right after that snare. So I'll come up here, pull these, roll, and I'm going to use Bridge Watch Cape. Watching the snare debuff on the mobs, pull them back down here because they walk faster than the scavengers. Next, we're going to hope DPS uses invis. Nice. Alright. So next we're going to target this mob or this mob, whichever, it doesn't really matter. You can do it while the patrol's down here also. But we're going to queue these guys, walk down here, poison as he comes around the corner, walk up and E. Build up a few auto attacks here. Pick up the rock throwers, scavenger, whatever you call them. going to pick these up also. Roll past everything, just so it groups. We're going to take a jacket, that's always very nice. Four auto attacks. Gonna group them on this guy. Am I out? Healer, please. Do we have checkpoint? I don't think we do. We do! Nice. Alright. So then, next we're going to eat our food. DPS can kill the chest if they want to. I'm not going to waste time waiting for them, so if they do it while I'm waiting for the patrol, that's great. I'm going to pull the patrol if it's here, regardless of whether they get the chest or not. Oh, looks like that's unfortunate. So we're still, like, I'm not able to control where the patrol is, so even if they're dead, I'm going to have to start the pull here. We'll be okay without a healer on this pull, so we're going to do it anyway. After the E, build up to 4 autos. Snare, Q, get out. And are they going to die? Halfway through the snare, we're about halfway through the health bar. It'll be a little bit too close. If they die fast, sometimes they just go over to the next pull right away. Okay, healer interrupted that, so I'm not going to waste an ability. For this, you can poison that mob or you can body pull, doesn't really matter. Just use F, then E, Q, 3 auto attacks, and Feeble, 4th auto, Snare, Q, Helmet to interrupt, or not interrupt, block the last archer. Sometimes multiple archers do the snipe. You can walk out of range down here, but use your helmet at the right before the first snipe hits you, so that you can block as many of them as possible. For the next one, just gonna walk up here, roll in, E back, 3 autos, Enfeeble, 4th auto, Snare, Q, watching that snare debuff. Spout out. Going to reapply it. And we're actually going to go. We're waiting for the patrol, so that's why we're going early here. Doing this, we save some time. We don't need to wait for the patrol after the thief dies now. Again, just use your helmet for the sniper shot. So doing that, it's kind of weird sometimes. Just do it if the patrol is in the right spot. That's all that really matters. That way you save several seconds since you're not waiting on the patrol anymore. I'm not going to waste a defensive here. Next pull, it's best if the thief is up here, but if he's not, it doesn't matter. We're going to poison this mob over here, body pull this mob, and then bring it all over here. The reason why it's best is if the thief is up here, is that the rock throwers take a little bit longer to walk. So if you can pull them without pulling anything else, then you can wait a little bit longer so that they group better. So here, I'll show you. Poison, just wait a little bit, and now we pull everything. That way they'll all group up nicer. Three autos, enfeeble, fourth auto, snare, Q. Print some text. I'm asking the healer not to E the mobs because I've got this pull down. If he interrupts the mobs, I'm going to take extra auto attacks, and that's going to get someone killed. So roll, helmet back into them, E, Q, 3 auto attacks, wait, enfeeble, 4th auto, snare, Q, walk out. So normally I go with what the map holder says, you know, just common courtesy and stuff. But I'm gonna try to convince this guy to let me do a full clear just so I can show you all some, what I think are some pretty cool pulls. So hopefully he'll go along with it. If not, then it happens. Alright, don't feel like waiting for the patrol, so we're just gonna pull everything. Watching the large mobs snare. And when it's almost out, you walk back into them. And the mob will actually root himself, basically, by doing abilities. So you don't need to blow any defensives. When you first go up to him, he'll do his clap. And then immediately after that, he'll do the AoE around himself that stuns things. So he'll stay in place for quite a while. Next pull, you're just gonna poison that. Bring it around. Roll. E. Auto. Q. 2 more autos. Enfeeble. Walk away from the stun. 4th auto. Snare. Q. Out. Watching the snare debuff on the brawlers. When that snare debuff is out, gonna do the same thing we did before. Roll into them so they do the first AoE. Don't go near them, they'll do the second AoE. Now we go in for the stun. Four autos, snare, Q. We are a little bit low on DPS. It might be better if we do skip. I'm gonna try out one pull more. If we're still feeling kind of low DPS, we'll go ahead and skip. So the patrol is in the right, he's not in the right spot. We'll do this. We're improvising right now. So give it 3 autos. Enfeeble, 4th auto, Q, sorry, W, Q. Okay. Okay, that's my mistake there. Just kind of assumed the mob was in the right spot, but he wasn't. The snare is out, roll past, does one AoE, second AoE, and now we stun. Normally we can pull these mobs also, but since the patrol wasn't in the right spot, I already took too much damage to continue the normal pull. But you just do it the exact same way. Just you roll past, poison the patrol, and then walk back, body pull, and helmet to group them all here. For the next pull, we're going to start off queuing this mob. Gonna walk over, poison, roll, E, Q, 3 autos, feeble, 4th auto, snare, Q, helmet, the sniper shot. I don't think healer got it. Okay, that works. I'm not watching the correct mobs. Whatever. Prepping some text. Just gonna tell the DPS to pull the chest while I pull the mage. We'll group everything right here, and we just missed it, so that's kind of unlucky. Waiting for the mage. Once the mage gets here, we're going to poison him, and we're going to take an auto, but we'll roll the auto from both mages. So now we roll, pull chest, and feeble. I can't sneak in an extra Q. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to walk up with helmet, Q. I think I only put 1 Q on the mages, so that's why we did that. Now they're doing their ability, let them. E their auto attack. Next pull, we're going to poison the mages off of the chest to the left, and then we're gonna body pull this mage. So we're gonna poison, body pull, roll the first auto, helmet, just waiting for them to all group. Now we E for an extremely tight clump, love it. And feeble after the 3rd auto, 4th auto, Q, W, Q, out. Gonna go ahead and take the chest while we're waiting. Watching that snare debuff. This next pull, we're gonna pull these 2 mobs, plus the mobs over here, plus the thief. So we're gonna start off by poisoning. Gonna body pull, roll the auto, helmet, E, Q, 3 autos, and feeble, 4th auto, snare, Q, out. Watching the brawlers snare debuff. I wasn't able to click on him, but just gonna let him do his abilities. Go back in now. Q. 3 autos. Enfeeble. 4th auto. Snare. Q. This next bowl is personally my favorite. So we're going to start off by poisoning this mage. Very important you do that one and not that one. Poison that mage, otherwise you'll pull the Screamer barrel. We're going to W over here and run for the other mobs. Okay, so we're waiting for the patrol to go away. I'm not sure if this works with the patrol, never tried. So gonna poison, W. We're walking. They might do their ability, they might auto. Okay, yeah, an auto is okay. Roll. Helmet. Oof, I misplayed that. So we're going to give it one more attempt. We need the archer to be out of the way though. So we're going to poison, W. There's the ability. Roll, E, Q, 3 auto attacks, helmet out. Watching the snare debuff on the brawlers. Going back in, rolling the auto attack. So that one didn't stay clumped because someone else had aggro. Now we're going to go back in. 3 autos. Enfeeble. 4th auto. Snare. Q. Walk out. Let them do their ability. Then for this, you just do these normally. Then we can swap to the boss set. For the shoes, I actually run Refreshing Sprint, and I swap to my omelets also. And that's because with Refreshing Sprint, I can, even without a Royal Jacket, I can enfeeble for the healer 2 or 3 times in a row. And that's what I do. I save my enfeeble for the healer.
Wrong place, wrong time.
So generally, BMS for the DPS, Enfeeble for the healer, W for the auto attacks after all of his AoEs. Since me and the healer are right next to each other in the rotation, I'll do me and the healer together on the Enfeeble. And then that way you're not using your helmet for anything, so helmet is for emergencies only. After you use Enfeeble, you want to immediately use Refreshing Sprint, just so that you can get those cooldowns back as soon as possible. I guess I forgot to use BMS. Whatever. Bridge Watch Cape works just as well. Healer's gonna need to cancel W. That's a lucky Bridge Watch Cape. So if the Bridge Watch Cape didn't proc there, then I would have used Helmet instead. That would have been one of the circumstances to use it. I'm realizing my Enfeeble isn't really helping the healer, so I might try... I'll use BMS on the second DPS, and then that way it carries over to me, then I'm able to Enfeeble for the healer. Still W the auto attacks. BMS the second DPS. Yeah, this feels a little bit better. I'm a little bit lower health, but the healer doesn't need to be low health anymore. I'm just kind of on autopilot right now. Boring bosses will do that. I think I'll use... Oh, we got a Bridge Watch Cape, okay. I was thinking about using my helmet, but don't really need to. Alright, so that's how you do level 15, or sorry, excuse me, 18 Fistful of Silver. Hope you guys learned some pulls. Had a good time watching, have a good time tanking it too. Fistful is one of my favorite maps to tank just because there's a ton of huge pulls that you can do, and it's quite a bit of fun to tank. So yeah, have fun out there, guys. Hope you learned something. Go ahead and put it to good use. Have a great day, and see you in the next video.